Okay, this is the Village of Peotone Committee of the Whole meeting for January 26th of 2015. Would the clerk please call attendance?
Mr. Riker?
Here.
Mr. Hupkey?
Here.
Mr. Wicker?
Here.
Mr. Hack?
Here.
Mr. Callahan? Mr. Forsyth?
Here.
Okay, let the record show that we have a quorum present. We may officially conduct business. First order of business being a review, the approval or correction of the November 24, 2014 Committee of the Whole meeting minutes. Trustees, I will entertain a motion to approve them as presented, or if you find reason to correct them, let us know the corrections.
Motion. Second.
Motion by trustee Forsythe, seconded by trustee Hupkey to approve the November 24, 2014 Committee of the Whole meeting minutes as presented. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Forsythe?
Yes.
Mr. Hupkey?
Yes.
Mr. Riker?
Yes.
Mr. Wicker?
Yes.
Mr. Hack?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries and the minutes are officially approved. We come to public comment time, and for the record, we note that there is no one from the public present at our meeting today. So we will move on. The next item being a discussion of senior services available in the area. And George, you want to do that?
Well, at the last board meeting, Mrs. Batterman, representing Senior Services at St. Paul, had asked the board had briefed the board on a couple of programs. We've spoken to her a couple times since then. I spoke to her last week. She had some additional thoughts about what we may or may not do. However, I understand that she had a last-minute commitment someplace else, and she can't be here this evening. So, we invite her back and discuss it at that point if you'd like to.
Probably. It's probably best to have the discussion at that time, unless any of the trustees have questions or additional information besides what's presented in your packet that you would like to research before we do this again. Hearing no comments from anyone, we will just continue this on to the next Committee of the Whole meeting for further discussion. And again, as Mr. Gray pointed out, we're looking forward to a discussion with Mrs. Batterman here, and that way we can better ascertain what's going on and what the needs are that we possibly could address. Having said that now, it's open time for a general discussion on topics which any of the trustees would like to bring up for discussion. Okay, I'm only going to say a quick thing, and that is, been to Sammy's restaurant several times now since they've opened, and the food's really good. I've been impressed. When I talked to the folks out there, they indicated that they're going to probably do some kind of grand opening kind of thing within a few weeks after they get everything ironed out in terms of service and all the other things and menu and all that. And so I kind of look forward to that.
Little addition to that, they do not accept personal checks. They do take cash and debit cards.
Okay.
But when I spoke with them, they said that that's something that they're going to work on in the near future.
Oh, okay.
But I've also eaten there twice, and it's both times it's.
I'm surprised about that. A lot of places are getting away from that.
Yeah.
Personal checks. They're not taking them anymore.
Because they've been burned.
Right.
Well, we had a company over, and it was
Oh.
quite the bill.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, so they did take the check that time, but, you know, but they don't. But they're gonna look into that
Okay.
at some point in time.
Yeah.
Do you know if they have any intent on adding video gaming down the road? Because they had a little section in the back that was just kind of.
Off to the side with one of those claws to grab the stuffed
No,
animal.
not there. In the back, kind of looked like a coat room. It had a couple booths, but it was just like a U shape, but it had nothing in it. It was
Oh,
just like empty.
I hadn't seen
Could
it.
very well be.
Yeah.
It takes a while for them to get
I
that.
mean, it had like a partial wall, so it'd be like blocked off. It just kind of looked like a video gaming area.
Could be.
When they came in to get their application, that's one of the things that we asked her, and she basically said they didn't have any immediate plans. They just wanted to get up and running smoothly, and then they would think about it, but
Yeah, it'd take them a month or two to get on their feet.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
other location has it, I think.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I thought I saw a picture of it and it had a big sign out that said video gaming here, but I could be wrong. Just being nosy.
Okay. Any other questions or comments?
Have we received any info or anything from the Buxton Group as to where we're going with it, or?
George and I have got a phone conference set up for Thursday.
Okay. Well, my next question with that is, that list that they gave us of restaurants and stores that
Yeah.
would met our criteria or we met their criteria, is there any way to get contact names and numbers from those? Is it beneficial for any of us trustees, anybody to start calling to get our name out there to try to recruit?
We have attempted contacts with all of them.
Okay.
And we've also done some contacts when we've gone to the shopping center conference up at Navy Pier, and we continue to do that. That's part of the discussion we're going to have on Thursday about more effective ways to get something done. So, and get some clarification on what additional stuff they're going to give us.
When is our contract up with them? Isn't it September?
Technically in June.
Oh,
That's another subject I'm going to talk about with them. All right, other questions?
Terry's and Drolley seem to be wrapping up their projects. They turned out pretty nice.
Yeah. I was in Terry's about a month ago. I haven't been in there since they've gotten a little bit further.
He's got the facial done.
Yeah.
Mhm. I think they're 99% finished.
Well, that's phase one, like he said, phase one to phase two to phase three till
Of
he
this,
moves the
of
RV
this-
division and the truck division down here, you know.
Yeah.
This
But-
permit.
So that's a
Is
few
he still
years-
talking about that? I know he was talking
Oh,
about
yeah,
that a couple of years
he
ago.
laid it out there, phase, about 3 years out. He said they're 2 years out now.
Okay.
That's,
Yeah. And part of that too is, now the fronts of all of the dealerships are current with what is being advertised on TV and shown, so.
that's what the parent company demands.
Yeah.
Well, it's what they demand, but it also, it puts us in line.
What they designed, that's right.
Yeah. So,
Actually, I'm not sure if Ford requires that, do they? I thought, I know
Uh,
Chevy does, but I thought Ford
General
was...
Motors, they're all doing it now.
They are? Okay.
yeah.
I've seen a lot of Fords going to that.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all doing that.
I
They're
can't-
all, I think there's a time frame there, Chris. I don't know
Yeah.
how long it is, but if there's a time frame then to, you know, to work with the dealership to get them to do that.
I didn't know if it had to do with the part of their bailout money or not, as far as the federal government. And I know Ford was the only one that didn't take it out of the
Oh,
three big ones.
Yeah.
didn't give that one a thought.
But I don't know, I could be wrong, but I know they had a say in the vehicles they were developing. Some of the newer vehicles that they have come out with are pretty much to appease the EPA and all that stuff like that. They weren't necessarily vehicles that they wanted to launch. So,
It's interesting because the Detroit Auto Show is going on now, and they had some stuff on TV about what the various manufacturers are coming out with and, or projected to come out with during the next couple of years. And it's very interesting from the point of view of we're seeing a lot of change compared to the same old that's been going on for the last 10 years or so. So, other questions or comments? Well, hearing none, and with no one from the public here, I would entertain a motion to adjourn the committee of the whole meeting. Motion.
Second.
Motion by trustee Hupkey, seconded by trustee Hack to adjourn the January 26, 2015 committee of the whole meeting. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Hupkey.
Yes.
Mr. Hack.
Yes.
Mr. Forsythe.